Hey friend, I'm Brandon Gustafson. I help beginners like you launch their assisted living business in the next 12 months. In today's video, we're going to be talking about why vision work is so important for you as you start down the path of launching your assisted living business. So stay tuned for today's video to learn about why you need to craft your own vision. Hey friend, welcome back to the channel. Before we get started talking about why vision work is so important, I want to remind you to get over to the website, assistedlivinginvesting.net. We're going to have a free underwriting calculator for you there. I want to make sure that you see that, and again, it's going to help you along your investment journey. So make sure you go grab that, assistedlivinginvesting.net. Now, let's get into the topic for today. Why is a vision such an important part of what you are doing as you start down the path of launching your assisted living business? I love vision work. I love kind of self-improvement types of things. And what I've found over the years in doing that is that it really is quite helpful for you to create a vision, to create something that's going to help you out as you are trying to figure out where you're going to go and what you want to do in growing your own business. So I wanted to get into a little bit about what vision work actually is. So vision work, there's actually a really great book about this. It's called The 12-Week Year by Brian Moran and Michael Lennington. We're going to link that down below. It is one of my favorite books of all time. It helps out a ton. In that book and in other books that kind of help out with this, there is something that they kind of break this down into different sections. One is the aspirational vision. And the aspirational vision is something that's like deep, something that's further down the line. 5-10 years down the line, and something that you want to put out there all the time. Our brain has a really hard time of conceiving what we can actually achieve within a 5 to 10 year period. But when we bring this down to a shorter period, we're actually able to do it. So we underestimate what we can do in 5 to 10 years. But we want to put that out there. We want to put that aspirational vision out there because it's going to help us kind of have that direction and where we want to go. The next step is going to be a 3-year vision. So 3-year visions are something that I love. 3-year visions are something that we can actually catch on to. And 3-year visions are something that allow us to kind of create something that's tangible that we can actually accomplish and we can conceive of. It's going to allow us to get to where we want to be. That's the 3-year vision. And then after that, you're going to have a 1-year vision. So a 1-year vision is what are you going to do here in the next year? So you're taking this high level aspirational type of a view. You're going down to 3 and then you're going down to 1. And when you do that, you're able to kind of build this pathway for yourself, some stepping stones for you to get to where you want to be with that aspirational vision and what that's going to look like for you when you start casting that vision and see what's going to come back to you. So it's really exciting. The other thing that you have to remember with visions is it's not a set it and forget it kind of a thing. It is something that you need to continually be working towards. That's going to allow you to be successful. And again, like I mentioned, the book, The 12-Week Year, walks you through this in a really good way. It's going to help you out. Actually, in my mastermind program, I have a version of this that I take people through when they get started. It's one of the bonuses. So if you're interested in learning more about that, make sure you go and check out the Assisted Living Investing Mastermind. I love helping people out through that process, and it's something I'd love to help bring you through as well. So if you are interested and need some extra vision work and maybe some guidance there, check out the mastermind program because I think it would be a great fit for you, depending on where you're at in the process, to help you along the path and launch your assisted living business in a way that lets you get the things done that you want in your life, that time of financial freedom that you're seeking, while also doing good and helping other people out. So if you're interested in that, make sure you check out the Assisted Living Investing Mastermind. We'll have links down below for that as well. So why do you want to start with your vision though? It's a great question. Why should you start with that vision work? It's because it gives you purpose. It gives you direction on where you want to go. It's going to give you a little bit of guidance on how you're going to get there. You want to create that life that you want first. You want to create that on paper. You want to create the life that you want first. Create that on paper, create it digitally, whatever you want to do. You want to put that there first. It's the first thing that you want to do. So once you have that crafted, you have that life that you want to then fit your business into that life. So you want to take I want, 20 cars and I want a mansion or whatever it is that you want. And I'm hoping that that's not all that you want. I'm hoping you want more time and financial flexibility, time with your family to help those around you and to give back to your communities. Let's say that that's the thing that you want to do. Now you're going to create that business that's going to fit into that. You're going to spend some time and think, okay, so if I want to give back and volunteer, run for political office, or whatever it is that you want to do, how are you going to build that business in a way that's going to allow you to make some progress there and allow you to have that time and financial flexibility to be able to do those things that you really want to do. That's how you're going to build your business so that you are hitting on all of those things right there. And once you do that, you're going to get clarity. You're going to get super clear on exactly where you want to go and how you're going to accomplish those things. And it's going to help you make some real progress as you're going through and trying to launch that business and make some progress with where you want to be. So getting clarity is really going to allow you to make progress, get some traction, and really start working towards those goals that you want to get to. And once you have that clarity, now you have that path where you're going to go. You're going to have that aspirational vision and all of the steps on how you're going to get there. You've built that in. Actually, just before doing the recording of this video over the last couple of days, have done a lot. I work in these 12-week year cycles, and we're again going to link that book down below. And in my 12-week year, every time I go into a new one, I spend a lot of time just kind of figuring out exactly what that's going to look like and how it's going to work for the goals that I want to hit and where it's taking me down the path of reaching my aspirational vision. And so exciting, energizing to be able to go in and do those things. And I love it. And I follow what they teach in the book, The 12-Week Year. That's where I got all of my kind of information and guidance on that as well. So make sure you check out that book. Again, it's a huge plug. Love the book. Would highly recommend it. Check out The 12-Week Year. So how are you going to actually accomplish that vision? You're going to break these things down into smaller chunks. So you think that 10-year aspirational vision, that 3-year aspirational vision, those things are so far out there, and it's really hard for us to be like, okay, it's really good for us to put ourselves in a place where we are in that and just assume that those things have already happened. Just assume that the work is done and that you've done it and then live that life. But sometimes that's not always the case, right? We actually have to do the work. We can't just visualize it and hope that it's come. We have to put in the work if we want to be successful. So if we want to be successful, we got to put in the work, or else, things might fall apart on us. Make sure you're putting in the work if you want to reach a goal. It's how you're going to be successful. So how do you break these things down into smaller chunks? You put them into smaller timeframes. Quarterly is something that works for a lot of people. I like the 12-week year because the way that they describe it in the book is, it's every week is now a month, essentially. And so you're trying to do a month's worth of work in a week. And that sounds overwhelming, but when you read the book, it kind of makes a lot more sense because of how much we procrastinate as humans. And so it's something that you want to take into consideration there. But breaking these things down into 12-week chunks or quarterly chunks is going to allow you to make some very well-defined goals and allow you to make some progress as you're trying to get those things done in place. We'll link down the 12-week year book down below because it is a really good framework in helping you figure out exactly how you want to do this. You're going to have to write good goals that allow you to make some good progress there. And the way that you write a good goal is you're going to give it. SMART goals is a really good acronym for it. A SMART goal is something that is specific, it's measurable, it's achievable, it's relevant, and then it's also time bound. And so when you do those things, it's going to allow you to kind of make some progress and really get where you want to be with your goals. The way that you want to write a goal, when you're saying time bound, you want to give yourself, by July 1st, I will, it's very important to adjust the framing there. By July 1st, I will create my business plan. Okay. So when it comes to working in assisted living, one of the foundations that you need to do is build a business plan and do the underwriting. And I'm going to say that July 1st, I'm going to have that done. And so whenever you're watching this, July 1st could be tomorrow, could be 11 months from now, who knows? But regardless, what you want to do is pick a date. By this date, I will accomplish XYZ thing by doing 1, 2, 3 thing. That's how you want to write those goals. The way that you do that, it's really important because it doesn't allow you to have the wiggle room to be like, yeah, I just a little bit washy there. I got 80% of the business plan done. I worked on it for 5 hours and I got a lot done. You don't want it to be that washy. You want it to be very specific to the point that it says yes or no. Did I get this done or not? It's a very binary type of a decision, something that should be a yes or no. And that's how we need to structure the way that we put our goals in place. Now, once you have that good, well-written goal, let's use the example here of the business plan. By July 1st, I will complete my business plan by spending 5 hours per day working on it until it is complete. Something along those lines, okay? Now what you need to do is you need to set up action steps below that for you to be successful. So the action steps here could be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, spend 5 hours working on my business plan. And you might be looking at me like, oh my gosh, I can't spend 5 hours. Do 1 hour. Do something that works for you. But your action steps need to also be something that is yes or no. It is a simple yes or no thing. Let's use weight as an example. I'm going to track my food every day. I'm going to eat 1,500 calories. Something along those lines. Monday, did I track my food and did I eat less than 1,500 calories? Yes or no? If no, then I have something to improve on. Typically, and this is what they talk about in the 12-week year, if you can accomplish 85% of those action steps, they call them tactics, I like to call them action steps, then you will achieve your goal in most cases. So this is something that's really important for you to understand, is how to word your goals and how to word those action steps on how you're going to do it. You got to track your performance. You got to track how you're doing. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to get there. So this is something I take you through, again, in the Mastermind program. We go through this. We do a vision exercise. I sit down with you and we figure out exactly what are those specific goals that you need to accomplish here in the beginning as you are going down the path of launching your assisted living business. For most people, it is business plan related. It's something that you have to build those foundations. If you don't build the foundations that you need as you are trying to start your assisted living business, it's going to be a lot harder. You're not going to get the funding that you need. You're not going to have the direction that you need. So you really need to spend time building those foundations, business plan, underwriting, just understanding where you want to be, your market research. Once you do all of those things, you're going to be a lot more successful. And then once you do that, you have to hold yourself accountable. In the book, they call this a weekly accountability meeting. I do this with my virtual assistants. I do this with other people on a regular basis where I say, did I get the things done that I said I was going to do? And if not, then, it's something that makes me feel tense. But if I get those things done, then I know I'm going to be successful. And it doesn't need to be long. I do like a quick 5-minute video that recaps, this is what I did in the past week. This is what I'm going to be working on in the coming week. But what you need to do is either hold yourself accountable, or you need to find accountability buddies and work with those individuals to hold yourself accountable so you can get it done. If you want to be successful, you really have to find some accountability buddies, whether it's yourself or somebody else. You need somebody that's going to help hold you accountable for the work that you're doing. Otherwise, you're not going to make the progress that you need and you'll get stuck in places. So make sure you find a way to hold yourself accountable. And again, like I've mentioned a few times, the Mastermind program has a way for you to kind of do this. We have our community that helps people out, and I take you through this vision exercise that's really going to give you some guidance. So to recap what we've been talking about here, vision exercises, working on your vision is super important. There's a few pieces. You want your aspirational vision, 3-year and your 1 year. And then once you have that, you're going to break these down into smaller chunks. Quarterly works really well for our brains. We work in quarters, 12-week year, quarters. It's a really good way for our brain to work. And then you're going to split that into action steps. And when you build these foundations of action steps to quarterly goals, to yearly goals, to 3-year vision, to aspirational vision, your chances of reaching that are going to increase like tenfold. It's going to be incredible what you're going to be able to accomplish. So I want to encourage you to do that. And once you do that, you just need somebody to help hold you accountable as you go through that path. If you need some help getting started on your investment journey, then make sure you check out assistedlivinginvesting.net. I'm here to help beginners like you launch their assisted living business in the next 12 months. And I do that through coaching, through some courses, and then helping you not only buy that facility, but taking it through operating. That's why we do a 12-month program, because I want to make sure you have the support that you need as you're getting into this. Go check out assistedlivinginvesting.net/mastermind to learn a little bit more about that. And it's going to help you along your journey. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell as well so you get notified as we make more content. We go live on Tuesdays, put this content out on Thursdays. Check out the Facebook group and all the other things that that we have. Make sure you go and get our free resources. The calculator as well will help you along your journey as you're trying to get started. Does residential assisted living sound interesting to you, but you don't know how to get started? At assistedlivinginvesting.net, we're here to help beginners like you launch their assisted living business in the next 12 months. And remember, it doesn't take a lot, just a little bit. Keep going step by step by step. And I promise you, if you do, you're going to be successful. Thanks for watching and have a great day.